He did it again, folks. He did it again.
Oh,
Number
okay.
one guy.
You know
How
what?
does he do it?
At least I fucking checked at the beginning, because holy shiza.
Yeah.
Hmm. Is there
You
supposed to be
didn't
music
wait until
playing?
we're about 3 hours in.
Yeah, well, not this time, okay? Alright, not this time. There is
$20 for beta
there,
testing Domino's.
there
Crazy.
there is music playing. There should be music
Okay,
playing.
yeah,
There
I
should
hear
be
it now. I
music.
hear it now. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. But last we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had dispatched two individuals who seemed to have been some sort of hunters that had come from the guilds within Fandel, expedited out of the city itself in a search for individuals that did not, well, properly obey the rules of the guild. Giancarlo has a very heavy feeling that they were after him, but that is yet to be confirmed, as you do find yourselves all within now the city of Femdel, the dark, dripping exterior, the refuse coming from the top levels of above, the loud sloshing and sounds that seem to be emanating from the various different locations, regardless of where you look. You had all arrived within the city of Femdel inside of one of the specific districts, which I believe you guys landed in Dreamsick.
Yes, because we headed to Alcon's secret little hideaway.
Yes. Having walked through the gates of Femdel, you had mostly seen just like a thick layer of almost greenish gray fog that seems to permeate the entirety of street level of this entire area. Looking up, you can kind of see the crown layers and the various different kind of underbellies of the floor above, which is just stained black and covered in shadow, which essentially forces the entirety of the bottom layer of Femdel to be covered in its perpetual layer of, well, just a very distinctive lack of light, especially with how high the actual walls themselves are. Uh, Glancing back towards the walls after the doors had closed, you had seen a series of these kind of enforcers walking along the tops of the walls in pairs of two, going about their own business, not seemingly even caring about what was going on the interior. Instead, they had been looking for the most part on the exterior, not necessarily to keep people out, but to seemingly look for threats more than anything else. Inside of Dreamsick, there was these large, kind of like circular domed towers that dotted the area every couple of blocks that seemed to rise into the air, dripping this greenish kind of fog that seemed to come out of these strange dream houses. But Alkan had led you into an area, used some magic to clear away several of the wards she had placed previously, and allowed you into her home, which is, as far as you had seen, a three-story home with a lot with, very cramped and kind of tight space, but it's much more than anybody else seems to be able to afford upon the streets of Femdel. I believe Libra has just left, and Giancarlo had wished him good luck. And Giancarlo had spotted someone on the corner of the street watching, but not necessarily watching for you, just watching in general. Did I miss anything? I'll take that silence
I
as
think you're good.
no. Okay, perfect. Now, let's give a bit of a roll of the dice to see who we start with today. Libra, roll me a D100. You want lower.
I don't know what you're expecting of me.
It could be
Oh, it's
worse.
lower.
It could be worse.
Not by much, but it is lower.
Hey, it could be worse. But wandering.
And just to be clear, this is still the first day of us being here, right?
Oh, absolutely. You
Yeah.
guys have been in here for less than an hour at this point.
Okay, that's fine. I
Yeah,
just needed
quite
to know for my
literally.
weak- I just needed to know for my weakness.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of ducking
Because
through the
it
streets,
begins.
it was actually ducking through the streets, all of you can either give me an insight check or a perception check. I'll leave that up to you guys what you want to give me. This would have been
And
as
this
you were
was-
traveling towards Alcon's place.
Okay.
It would have been before, so anybody could roll. You can opt out
what's
as
this?
well if you do not want to. It's either insight or perception.
Now I have to ask another question. Just site-based or...
Just general anything. So it could be other senses as well.
Beautiful. That's all I need to hear.
I think I put a little bit
Everybody
too much
else,
salt.
insight. The two people who know this place, perception.
Oh, also, you might want to remove my control of Vesper.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good idea. Configure ownership Vesper. Uh-oh, maybe I made it too salty. Sorry, I'm still talking about the...
Jesus.
All right, but back at it again. Yeah, as all of you wander through the streets, you can see that it's not necessarily the best kind of environment and not necessarily what you had expected for a city of this size. Femdel is large. It's not comparable to the size of Ashfell. Ashfell is probably maybe about 2, maybe 3 times larger, but Femdel is a lot more closely packed and closely kind of knit. You see a lot of the buildings are made out of stone, brick. Like, they're decent make, or what would have been decent make probably ages and ages ago when Femdel was first constructed. And there's been tons and tons of kind of repairs, refurbishments to essentially every single building. And a lot of them are kind of like ramshackle and built on top of each other. In kind of like strange, rickety ways that probably wasn't built by like the best carpenters, masonry workers, and other things like that. But it works. Rune and Vesper, you guys kind of notice some things that are particularly strange within the city itself. That whenever it is that you look at someone in the area here, nearly every single person seems to have like this almost like greenish gray tinge to their eyes. And initially you had kind of accounted it for being the smoke, the fog that seems to be in the area, but it seems to occur in so many different people, and you can definitely tell that it's not in any of your companions. But nearly every single person that has this kind of tinge in their eyes, they almost have almost like a zombie-like feeling where they're not quite there, but they are existing. As if they're under some sort of effect. Rune, did you have something?
Oh, I was gonna say, Rune kind of murmurs to herself, "Oh, this is nothing like the romance book High Fidelity. There's a rom-com called High Fidelity. I'm making a pop."
Boo.
You read romance?
No shot. I'm gonna let you know right now. There's no shot. There's a romance book about Femdel.
No,
Oh,
it's
there-
about the upper city.
No, there
obviously.
is. There is. It's just not about the lower city.
Yeah,
Question,
there's
did I
no
hear her
shot.
say that?
It's also called Femme for Femme.
Honestly, Giancarlo, you probably do hear her say that. I don't think she
I
made
think
an
he
effort
just
to like
kinda-
hide it.
He just shoots her like disgusted look. Just like, really?
Rune notices, but chooses not to do anything about it.
Entirely fair. Giancarlo and Libra, the two of you glancing around, you actually notice different things in comparison to what everybody else has seen. You actually see dead bodies in the streets, not like out in the open, not in like the main streets, not the main thoroughfare, but you could see littered amongst the large, like kind of boxes of garbage, the bins and kind of like crates of garbage and things like that. There are quite literally just bodies tossed into those piles as if they were discarded. And kind of looking through it, give me one moment. I'm just going to read my own notes. Okay. You guys actually spot some enforcers. They seem to be from the very, like, both Giancarlo and Libra, you guys would be familiar with them in that you are very much aware that all of them use magical scimitars as well as a magical pistol as part of their like standard equipment, which is insane. But there's a group of 4 that is currently kind of like ramming one of the doors down, and on the inside you see a bunch of daggers being thrown that seems to be in the middle of this fight against the actual enforcers. And as soon as the door gets knocked down, 2 of them drop, and then 2 other people from outside like drop the other 2 enforcers before all the 4 bodies are dragged into the building and the door slams shut again.
Question for you, Jake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume the bodies are just a normal standard fare for Femdel.
They are actually not. Typically, especially in what is it called? Especially in Dreamsick, there's actually not that many bodies in Dreamsick, because when people attempt to get rid of bodies, they typically go into Refusal Alley or, you know, into the water or things like that. They are very, very rarely left just on the street.
Okay. And then the enforcers, do they do raids like that often?
Give me a history check. Libra, you
Okay.
could do this as well if you'd like.
Fuck no.
Not horrible.
No. The enforcers, they don't typically do raids like this. Like this is very much a strange thing for them to be doing, because the majority of what the enforcers are actually present in the lower levels, in the STEM, for what their job is to ensure the safety and kind of continued operation of the operations belonging to the folks up top. Though there have been rumors that you've heard that the enforcers are in the pocket of a specific guild, but you don't know which one.
Okay. But also, like, them getting taken out by what I'm assuming is guild members, just based on the efficiency, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's like the enforcers typically didn't mess with the people down below because they knew that the guild was operating, and they didn't know who was normal and who was a normal casual citizen versus a guild member, right? So from your inference, the guild is either in a turf war, or potentially the enforcers are getting desperate for something.
Okay. I am very worried. John is probably too scared to leave her house. He's also like super nervous about what's going on since he left. So I think he's probably like pacing the tiny apartment.
For sure. And Libra, you would have seen all of this as well. Actually, you would have seen one other thing. The 2 in the very front, though it was mostly covered in darkness, you saw that they were both stabbed with swords. before being brought inside.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, that's great.
Yeah. But let's see, Libra. Do you still depart from Elkon's place to go up to the higher level?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. You leave from Alcon's place, and you can see that as soon as you kind of step out of the door, glance back, the entire brick wall is once again just a brick wall. There is nothing to see. There's no door. There's nothing that's present that would give away there is any sort of abode there. But you leave and you kind of glance around. You know of a few ways to get around the town itself. There's the various large kind of pillars that act as well, previously they would have acted as essentially elevators between the lower levels and the upper levels, but they are very heavily guarded, uh, not just by enforcers, but also by guild members sometimes. Though you haven't really dealt enough with the guild specifically to know which guild guards them.
Yeah. I mean, I'll ask this. I've been back and forth between the two cities quite a few.
Mhm.
What would have been the one way that either he would have told me to go or I would have found was the easiest?
The so the easiest place to get up to the top is typically in the clamp, the area where it is essentially just like a large series of factories in one corner of Femdel that is specifically designed for producing the automata, as well as kind of like enhancing building and stuff like that. There's a lot of people there, but the delivery of goods is either like you found that you could either bribe your way up relatively easily, or kind of talk someone through it. You've been able to hide in some of the merchandise before as well, but it's you know the straight up and narrow is that you've never gotten official permission to be down here.
Okay. Uh, yeah, yeah. I think he will go over there then.
Right. Yeah, wandering through the streets, it's relatively easy to kind of get to the clamp area, and you can see that the buildings that are kind of like low, out of repair and kind of like not well maintained, but still made of brick, and the various kind of like brick towers that were emitting this smoke, very quickly just kind of melds into these series of large metal buildings that are like 3-4 stories tall, to the point where you can't even see anything but directly upwards or look at the side of a warehouse. There's no windows built in essentially any of them, but you can see traces of these green gases being vented out the sides of these buildings as well. And you see probably dozens of people kind of like going about. They don't seem to nearly have the same amount of like green tinge to their eyes, but it's very much still present. Um, but yeah, wandering through the streets, you manage to get to the actual pillar, to get up to the crown with relatively little issue. You see a large open area. The actual pillar itself is probably about 30 feet across. Actually, sorry, no, it's like 60 feet across. It's pretty large. As of this current moment, you see what appears to be like 6 different enforcers who are currently standing there. One of them is holding a rifle, standing like far behind the other couple, who are like kind of inspecting the various different bits of goods. In addition to that, you actually see 4 or 5 rather like large, kind of tall, muscular men standing nearby as well. One of them is taller than you. the other ones are still like relatively tall, just not as tall as you. And the one that's taller than you can definitely tell they've probably got some giant blood in them because their face looks a little bit dented. And you can see that they're holding what appears to be like a concrete slab as a weapon.
Okay.
But they seem to be just there to guard things while a few kind of like really nervous looking just individuals with no green tinge to their eyes, like really fancy and kind of like expensive clothes, seems to be speaking with one of the enforcers near the front.
Can I get close enough to try to overhear what they're saying, possibly?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a stealth check.
Oh. Is it...
Let's see that one, baby.
Well, I guess my quick question is it not like a large, just kind of constantly moving group of people?
There,
Or is it just
like
these are separate from everybody else?
it's that there's like it's approaching the actual pillar that would be trying to hide it. Like there's other people around,
Gotcha.
but actually approaching the pillar and kind of like trying to be not suspicious is, you know, a little bit more difficult, especially with that singular lookout who seems to have like a rifle currently posed there, standing there and like looking out menacingly towards the rest of the crowd.
Does he seem to be like looking through a scope at all, or he just got the rifle?
He's just got the rifle. It's not held up. It's in like a ready position.
Cool. Beautiful. I'm not great at stealth. I'll put it that way. I will just go ahead and cast invisibility on myself.
Ooh, okay. You have advantage.
Yeah, well, no, but
It's flat.
I have normal and a +1, so we'll see how this goes. Oh Lord. Let me make sure real quick. Flaw.
You
Ah,
could always
0.
try and,
Beautiful. Love
you
to
could
see
always
it.
like, try and make a distraction, make other rounds. There's other things you could potentially do.
Yeah, for sure. How many rocks? There are probably rocks on the ground, right?
Oh, tons. There's like debris,
Oh.
kind of like small stones, bricks, all over the ground.
Now, it's not technically an attack because I'm not aiming at anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I just take a rock and kind of chuck it towards the pillar? Not like I don't want to hit anyone with it. I just want to make a noise at the pillar so they kind of turn around and are distracted for a little bit. And then for
Absolutely.
my invisible self to
Yeah.
try to get a little bit closer without them being actively trying to look for me.
Absolutely. First of all, give me an athletics check just to see how accurate you are with that
Sure
stone.
thing. 12.
Accurate enough. You're trying to hit the broad side of a barn, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and give me that stealth check with just flat +1.
Oh, well.
I'll tell you right now what the DC is.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sorry, it is a DC 9.
Oh, well. We'll see what happens, I suppose.
You managed to look.
Oh, it rolled with disadvantage? It's
You're
60.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, it rolled because of the armor.
You
so.
kind of like right before you turn yourself invisible, you throw the rock, immediately turn yourself invisible, and kind of like slowly begin to creep up and kind of ducking between the various different loading boxes. There's a few carts and kind of things around. You do easily get within like, I'll say 30, 35 feet of this kind of crew, and you're just hiding behind one of the boxes, but also you're fully invisible.
Yeah.
But as you kind of like crouch there, get closer, you can see that visibly the initially you actually absolutely notice that the enforcers, they're not even looking at the like really tall, strong individuals. They seem to be there as guards as well.
Kind of figured.
And as of this current moment, like one of them is just sitting on the ground, giant warhammer in front of him, kind of leaning against it, and is chewing on a sandwich. The one who looks like he has a slightly dented face is currently sat with like his legs sprawled out like a child, and is just has like his two arms to his side and is just going 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It's just counting like that.
Good.
But the actual
More.
individuals who are kind of in there, you see there's 3 citizens of the crown. One of them who looks to be a little bit more distinctive. He's got like the fancy mustache, like a small goatee that's been perfectly shaved. You can see that he's currently arguing with the head enforcer, or at the very least, the one at the very front of them. Look, I I know you're just doing your job, but I really need to get back home, all right? We've already got all our goods, and the longer we stay down here, the worse it's gonna be. I'm sorry, sir. We've got orders. We are not to let anybody back up. Oh, God. You don't understand. I'm not from down here. I don't fucking belong here. Let me through that, or I will have your fucking unit flayed. Oh, jeez. Fucking Christ. He doesn't actually say that. He says something similar, but by the fucking gods above. Look, all right. Jamie! Yeah. Let him through, but we didn't see anything. Fine. You see one of them kind of grabs the metal door, starts sliding it open, and he says, thank you. Fucking find out what your name is. You won't. Get the cart moving. You see the other 2 grab onto the cart, and one of them pushes like a small crystal, and then an automaton starts up, and you can see that the automaton is attached to like the very front. It looks to be like a small hair of some sort. The head kind of moves, turns a little bit before the 4 limbs on the actual cart itself begins to spin and kind of like move itself forward.
How big was this card?
The cart's relatively large. It's like 15 feet long. There's 6 wheels on it.
Wow. And I was like 30 feet away, you said?
Yeah, you could, honestly, with your invisibility, you could probably make it onto the cart, but I would need another stealth check.
You know what? Fuck it. Why not?
All right.
You know, we gotta try for these, right?
Hey, I believe in you.
Yeah, we gotta try. You never know. Bam. Cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, might be a little early to use this, might not. I'll probably suffer for it later. I'll use my heroic inspiration for this.
I was about to start singing that. You already know the one.
Okay. Yeah. As you kind of like you grab the side of this crate that you're kind of standing around, and you don't realize how light the interior of it is. And as you kind of take it, you slightly move yourself out, and you realize the crate moves, but you don't. And then it starts sliding. And as soon as it kind of like slides ever so slightly, you're like, shit, you stop it. You get incredibly lucky in that on the other side of the crates, one of the barrels falls off of the top of the crates. It starts rolling, and then you see like it actually hits someone else who yelps, and then you see what the enforcer immediately fires a shot as you jump into the actual car. You jump into the cart completely unseen as the 6 enforcers just open fire on this guy.
Jesus.
Give me a moment. I'm just gonna roll for that. For that poor boy.
Hey, he's just a guy, right?
Maybe.
Oh, well. Sucks to suck, my guy.
Where's my dice? It's okay, I found my metal dice. Let's see how he fares. Oh! That's pretty good. From the back of the cart, as you're kind of like watching this, guy run, duck, dodge, somersault, duck and weave. He manages to get behind cover and actually doesn't even take a single shot before he runs and just disappears through the streets. You hear the enforcers kind of like, oh, actually, sorry. I have been calling them the wrong name. They are executors, not enforcers. Boom.
Oh, even worse.
But you see immediately the one that had been kind of arguing for the executors send two of the executors like off. They run off with them, and then like the the guy from the crown doesn't even waste time. Immediately, all three of them are inside of this kind of like large stone elevator, and they immediately kind of slam shut the door. Please, up, please, up. And you see one of the executors who is outside presses like a button, and the entire thing, and then a magical glow appears on the actual circular floor before it immediately starts to lift the entirety of the structure upwards. And you along with it. But as you begin to make your way up through to the top, let's go back to the lads at the actual house and see if there's anything that all of you are intending or wanting to do. But yeah, as you guys are back at it, you back inside of the actual building itself, you guys see Alcon is just kind of like furiously going through books, like kind of reading and rereading and kind of like scratching through a bunch of different notes. And honestly, Giancarlo, you hear her keep saying, fuck, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Why is it not here? I thought this is where I put it. God, it's only been a couple of months, a couple of weeks. How am I supposed to... Oh my gosh.
I think he puts up with about maybe 10, 15 minutes of that before he decides to help her.
Yeah, for sure. And you can kind of see she essentially explains that what she's looking for is it's essentially like a sample scroll. You know how the Rosetta Stone had like 3 sentences written on it, kind of like that?
With like, yeah.
With like 3 different languages, right? This is essentially what she's looking for is like a copied down version of something else that would allow her to determine exactly what language this would be. And she's like, I know I had a physical copy of it somewhere in my house. I just don't remember where it is. And at this current moment, I'm losing my mind because I apparently can't find it. And fuck. And you see she continues to kind of search for it. But yeah, if you're helping her look, give me an investigation check.
Ooh, dog shit. I guess at one point he's like, all right, do you mind if I just poke through your stuff? Like, I have to look through everything, so I'm gonna poke through everything.
It's
okay?
fine, everything except for that drawer over there. I've already looked through that one, and also some of my personal effects are on the bottom of that. Don't look at
He's definitely looking at that when she's not looking.
that. Yeah, it is.
If she had just said that she checked it, not a chance. Now that she said there's stuff in there, he's looking.
Top drawer, it is actually just straight up a bunch of research notes. I'll give me a stealth check just to see as you're looking through that one when she's not
check. You say,
yes.
Yeah,
something that you're actually built for. Roll the 7, gets a
oh, thank you.
19.
Listen, I was really hoping it was gonna be a 1. A man can dream.
Hey, I mean, it could have
That's only
been
funny.
so fucking funny. But yeah, you kind of go through it, you look through, you see top drawer, essentially. It's like, it's not necessarily personal effects. It looks just like a bunch of research notes, things that she's written down, things that she's kind of like copied down. It doesn't look very interesting to you for the most part. The second drawer, you pull it open, you immediately go, nope, not supposed to look at that, as it's just purely filled with underwear.
Oh,
And then
God.
you look through the bottom drawer and you realize these are books. These are novels that have been written. There's no author name. but every single one is you know those like manga names where it's like
Yeah.
I woke
with,
up in
like, your
another
whole
world as a
page.
vending machine and things like that.
Oh Lord.
There is like 4 different novels, and you're fairly certain all 4 have a gay, male, tall, large, broad-shouldered protagonist with dark hair.
Oh. Question: do I recognize her handwriting in these books?
Absolutely.
Because, oh god, I think if there was a chance that she spotted him, it's him holding open one of them and just looking with like utter shock before he puts it away.
Surprisingly, like these books are pretty dated. Like they're not recently written. But
No, they're very much like her teenage fan fiction.
and you also realize that for some reason, like the description of the main character, which is like on the first page, it very much fits Libra to a T, which is very strange.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, you look through that, but you're like, nope, not looking through that, and then you realize you spent so much time looking through that one drawer that you actually didn't help her very much before she pulls out a book, and she's like, it's gone. What? It's gone. No, it's supposed to be right here. It's in this notebook. This notebook. It's supposed to be here. Look. She kind of opens the notebook, and you see like maybe a couple of pages that have been straight up ripped out of her notebook.
Okay, if that's the case, can I look for like telltale signs that the guild has been in this room?
Give me an investigation check. I'll give you advantage.
Excellent. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Through a very thorough look, initially, honestly, you don't see anything out of place. But with Alcon's help and a few of the others kind of contributing as well, Rune, you actually notice something as you're kind of like wandering through the building, looking through, and you actually see what appears to be like a small wooden board that is just slightly out of place. And at first, you don't think anything of it until you realize that Giancarlo is actually looking for signs that someone has been in here.
Oh. Literally Rune is just gonna go, oh, and start prying at it. And she's just gonna wave her hand in the air, hoping Giancarlo notices.
Yeah, Giancarlo, you very much notice immediately, and as soon as you kind of like, but as soon as you kind of like turn around towards Rune, you manage to pry it open. It's actually not very difficult at all. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
He's like, no, don't.
Okay, we got this.
Oh no.
That's an ability check. That's not a saving throw.
Oh, oopsie doopsie. My bad.
Uh, it's your +8 with a 5. That's 13. Unfortunately, that is not high enough. You watch as a dart
Whoa.
hits her straight in the top of her shoulder.
Whoa, what was that?
Don't open shit in this. I told you to be careful. It's gonna go over and.
Rune,
Are there
you
any
take
effects?
Rune, you take 25 points of poison damage,
Whoa.
as well as 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Is
24,
this my
you said?
booby trap?
You take a total of 29. Here, I'll
Okay,
actually
perfect.
I'll reveal that to you. There you go. You can take that.
Okay.
76.
76. Oh my god.
Guild
You
doesn't fuck around.
you watch as Rune just kind of like falls to her knee. The dart falls out of her shoulder, and this like gush of blood just squirts out of the shoulder wound.
Fuck.
Whoa.
Can someone help me, please?
You hear a come. Oh no! She kind of like runs over, grabs like a bandage, wraps it around your shoulder, and immediately casts healing word on you. You get You get like 7 points of
Oh.
healing. You get 6 points of healing. Sorry.
Okay.
Can I check the board that sent this trap flying?
Yeah. You essentially look inside, and it's like a spring that caused a small dart gun to fire. You look inside, and honestly, inside of this kind of like small area where the board was, the only thing you find in there is just the remnants, like a little bit of ash on the actual bottom layer of it.
No, like tunnel or anything like that.
No, it's tiny. Like the actual space itself is maybe like a foot by like 3 inches.
Is this space big enough for my little buddy Falco to fit through him?
Absolutely not.
Okay, thank God. The knife trick is definitely him, but it is very tiny. Okay.
Yeah, he could fit in things that are like 6 inches by 6 inches, but he can't fit in things that are like 3 inches by like a foot.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Fuck. Yeah, the guild's definitely been here. Shit.
You see, she
Why
kind of
the
looks
fuck?
through. Wait. Oh, I
Why the
didn't.
fuck would
I didn't install the start trap, but I had another book in here. Oh fuck.
Well,
Oh my
I'm
God.
reassured that you installed it, and I guess not an intruder.
No. I did not. I did not install the start trap.
Oh well.
This.
Looks like
That's
we're
not
in
good,
trouble.
I'm assuming.
it
No.
actually might well, it's not good anymore, but I mean, Alcon, I think this means that he can't read it either.
What do you mean?
What makes you
If
think
your
that?
little translator's stolen, I mean, why would he need it if he could read it?
How do we know it's him?
Who else would it be?
I mean, how would they even know that I have this here? How did they get through into my building without
What's your expertise?
tripping the door?
What's your expertise at the
Demonology?
college?
Demons. I mean, but that
Right.
doesn't.
So if they know, if I mean they could pull the records from the school easy. So they'd just find your house.
But my house isn't listed on. How did they find
Has
me?
anyone you know ever been here or know about it? Anybody?
I've had like 3 colleagues over at one point where I've told them that I lived in a hidden hole.
Do
Anything more
people
than
do,
colleagues on
did-
occasion?
Sorry?
Anything more than colleagues on occasion?
She turns a little red. I'm not here.
okay, does anybody know these colleagues are your friends?
Uh,
Has anyone seen you out with them?
almost definitively.
Then yeah, the guild knows who you are. They know who your friends are, and they got one of your friends to squeal. And so they came here.
Shit.
If you want to send them a letter and see if they're okay, if you don't hear back, you know which one it was.
A letter? Wouldn't it be better to just visit them?
Well, there might be traps at their place if they're dead.
Oh shit.
And I weird enough to say it, Rune's a bit sturdier than you.
No.
Rune is gonna just rub her shoulder in the corner, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
quietly.
Oh no! They weren't supposed
Alcon,
to get
you
involved with
know
this.
who we're dealing with, right? You know who we're dealing with.
It was supposed to be just me that was at risk, not.
It's
I was.
I know that it's not official, it's not out
It
there,
was
but you know who we're dealing with, right?
the guild. Yeah,
Yes.
they run things here.
They run everything. They are the criminal nobility of the Undercity, all right? They own everything.
This is
and they don't give a shit about hurting anybody to get what they want. If you're lucky, one of your friends got roughed up. All right?
Why? Why? What, uh, why would they want this paper?
Does it look like this is my expertise? The fact that I even remember seeing this page on his desk is a fluke. The fact that he had it was a fluke. As far as I knew, all we were doing was stealing shit and killing people just to keep the things running. But this is a whole new fucking thing. Who knows what they're involved with?
Oh, fuck.
But obviously, they are on the same track as you. The only difference is you actually know more about this because you went to school about it, right?
No, I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to do this.
Right, but you have the school mentality. These guys aren't coming at it with a school mentality. They're coming at it with a criminal mentality.
So they're just what are they gonna do? They're just gonna take this and sell it for information?
No, you I don't know what they want with it aside from the fact that they want it. And I don't know if they know anything past that either. It could just be that they found this thing and they want to be the first in on it. They want to have the power to be, we know what's happening, we know who's coming. That sort of thing.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would they want to? But they that
Control? It's all about control, Alcon.
okay, look. All right.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah.
Have you, in this whole journey, have you killed anybody?
I don't think so. No,
You've never killed anybody. You know what?
I've killed a deer.
Props to you. That doesn't count. That's not a person. Okay?
I've been
I
killed.
was raised by these same. Yeah, and he pulls his shirt aside. I'm assuming there's still a scar from when he got stabbed through the back.
Absolutely. There's a
So,
nasty
yeah.
looking scar too.
Same. I went to the bad place, okay? All right. How old do you think it was when I first killed somebody?
16?
Try 13.
Okay.
Okay. Let me paint you a picture here, all right? The guy who wants your paperwork, probably my old boss. They call him the teacher because he teaches the best thieves in the city. All right? When I was 13, one of the older kids was constantly taking our money. We all had to get some money to kind of prove how good we were at thieving. And he decided that he wanted our money, not because he couldn't get his own, but because he wanted extra money to buy himself nice things.
Right.
I hated
Okay.
this kid. And eventually, I waited for him in his room and I dropped on him with a knife and I killed him. Only I fucked it up. I got blood all over myself. I had to hide and clean myself up. And I realized in that moment, I just killed what is essentially property of my boss. And you know what happens when you do that? You get killed. So I was scared. Come to find out, he finds me cleaning off the blood from my shirt. And I'm thinking he's going to kill me. Instead, he helps me clean my shirt and just clean me up. And I'm asking him, what is happening? And he says, you did a good job. Because he forgot the number one rule of the guild. We're nobody. And he thought he was somebody. All right? And he looked at me and he said, no one wants a dog who doesn't know how to bite. And here we are at the end of all of this. And you're asking me, why do they want it? It's control. Because never in my entire life did I want to make anybody as happy as I wanted to make the guy who told me he was proud of me for killing somebody. Okay? It doesn't matter that it's something he doesn't understand. He wants to control it. That's the whole point of the whole guild, all right?
Okay. All right.
So focus. Think
I-
about
I-
who might have told them about this place. From there, we can figure out who got it, how, and where to go. Okay?
the um the only person who knew where in Dreamsick that I had my abode was it was my old mentor. He kind of raised me after my parents.
Okay.
He-
Where does he live?
Well, uh, 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 as far as I'm aware, he's still at the college. He lives in the college. He works there basically the entire thing. He's the headmaster of this small community kind of focused college where I was teaching. And
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. Give me descriptors. Would I have seen him anywhere?
His name is Lauren. Laren, and he old man, bald, gray beard, cut relatively short. He had a hunch, and he always walked with a cane.
Okay. Yeah.
He's-
That's a pretty easy target for, yeah. Okay. Is he kind of is he a bit of a scaredy cat? Is he nervous or is he more tough?
He's been in Femdel all his life. He's used to fending the guild off.
Okay. Does her description of him match anybody I've ever seen or met?
Give me a history check. I mean, the chances that you've seen someone like that is pretty unlikely because you feel like you would remember someone who was that old.
I know like one guy who's that old.
Yeah. In this town, people don't get that old. Not unless you're on the crowd. And you feel like you would remember. But at this current moment, you're drawing a blank. You don't know who this is.
Okay. All right. What neighborhood is this school in?
It's between here and Refusal Alley.
Okay. All right. I mean, do you want to go and see his place? You want to send him a letter? You want to, if you have magic that can message him, something like that?
No, I can't. We can go see him. We should go see him. I also have notes at the school. I have an office there. Oh shit! They've probably taken everything.
No, they'd only take what they wanted. I mean, like you wouldn't even notice that they were in here. I mean, not that your place is particularly clean. Just looks around.
Come on. We left in a hurry, all right? But the maybe we can infer and understand what they were trying to do if we can find out what else they might have taken at my. But then, wouldn't they
Okay.
expect us to show up at my office eventually?
You maybe. But like, you know, they also hid this pretty well. If they wanted you to know that they're after you, they'd have left you a note or something, and maybe not even a note, but like a message. If they went to the trouble of hiding the fact that they were in here, I mean, they wouldn't think that you'd even be onto them.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't have found this if Rune didn't see this, but Rune, are you okay?
Rune just kind of shrugs and then goes, if Giancarlo's right, if they went into the academy, they have to be discreet about it. So we should go and take inventory.
Okay.
I'll need a disguise.
You can. But is it safe to rest here?
I mean, yeah, probably. If they wanted to kill us, I mean, they definitely saw us on the way in. I mean, there's the guy posted out like a block away who's been watching the street, not like for us, but just watching.
I don't
If you
think they noticed this.
if you need a disguise, I do have some spare robes.
I mean, like my face.
Well, yeah, I mean you can always just keep the hood on.
Makeup is a wonderful thing.
You think a
Disguise
hood's
self
gonna?
is always a thing.
I mean, are people around here going to be getting up on you and like looking under your hood?
I mean, it wouldn't. There's totally tricks to getting the hood off me to check. And if they care enough, they're gonna be checking.
Well, I mean, if they're going to be checking to that degree, I doubt a standard disguise would be beneficial.
That's why I'm saying disguise self. Did you still have the disguise self scroll?
I used it to get in.
Oh, right.
And I can't do. And he does like check sparrow hand motion, like magic.
Didn't you learn that from Muse?
I did, but it only works on yourself, doesn't it?
Oh, true. Fair enough.
They do call it disguise self, not disguise other.
Yeah, if I had something that could change him, I'd do it like she snapped her fingers like that, but I don't.
Okay. Odd question. Alcon, do you have like a big hat?
Because that's gonna go on.
What's my most distinguishing feature? It's my fucking ears.
I can't say I know.
I was gonna say your face.
Your age.
There's lots of teenage thieves, man.
I mean, a hood would also help with the ears and all.
I mean, I guess.
I'm just saying, I think you and I are about the same size, so I think you'd make an excellent altar boy.
Excuse me?
Well.
Did I stutter?
Honestly, copying Esther's outfit might not be the worst idea.
Do I also get face wraps? I can't see without my eyes, though.
I mean, the face wraps could always just be, if you wanted, you could always put it over your like mouth and like neck. It would convey.
I need it to cover like, yeah.
It would be enough.
Fuck it. Fuck it. It's better than nothing. I'm gonna get stabbed eventually. Might as well be after we finish this.
Like I know you all always talk about how terrible this place is, but I do still imagine that if we were traveling in the streets and they saw a couple of, hooded religious folk, they wouldn't think much of it.
There's no gods under the crown. Are you kidding? That's hilarious. Anyway, just give me the fucking robes.
I mean, you can just say that you're Alcon's research guests or whatever, and then if they try and get near you, scream about your propriety.
It's a weird question, but may I come with? I mean, it's a college. I'd love seeing colleges.
I think we should
all going? I thought we were all going.
I thought some of us were staying here.
Because it wouldn't be smart for all of us to go.
I don't know how safe it is here anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
does
should
seem like
probably,
someone's already been here.
Hmm.
It's better
well, I mean,
to
if
stay
they
together.
they wouldn't come back unless, I mean, if there was some, if they were going to come back, they would have had someone waiting here for when you got here, and then just kind of, yeah,
But
you know.
here's what we can do. We, given I kind of like motion to my eyes, my condition and my attire, we could have you be similar, only with the veil covering your mouth. You could just be a mute.
Yeah, I could. This little veil, is it like a wrap? Could I wrap it around like
Yes,
my head, like a
that's what I.
headband and a mouth thing? Like,
Yes, I mean, think about it. The veil goes over one's head. You just don't put it over your head. You wrap it around your neck and cover your face. I mean, it might. I was joking mostly about how we are a similar size. I do think you are slightly taller than me and probably weigh a bit more, but it would still be a tight fit. But it would be good enough to.
I mean, I'm
Still,
definitely taller, but like, yeah, no, yeah, I can see it.
it would still be enough for you to have some level of mobility, but also, a good enough veil that I doubt many people are going to be yearning to look under it. I can't say I've
Yeah,
had
right.
too many people, and whenever I've been out on various, missions or trips that have felt the need to inspect me for, beyond my hood and veil.
All right.
A lot of people tend to be much more accepting of it, knowing that it is a religious thing. I know you said that here that may not be the case, but people still fear the gods.
Sure.
And
Whatever you
I'll
say.
pull out. I imagine it would probably just be the typical like robe and veil. It wouldn't be like any of the additional stuff under it, given that
Well, to be fair, the veil is not standard.
Oh yeah, true.
You're one of the only people who has the veil. The robe is standard.
Yes. But I
if
imagine
you,
I have more than one. But,
you probably have a few spare veils that you can give to Giancarlo. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of like how in the other game, Artemis had the exact same outfit, but it was like each one was slightly different colored.
One is like slightly darker black. One is slightly lighter black.
Only these are like black, gray, and then like light gray.
Yeah, and there's probably like a blue one in there somewhere.
Yeah, probably. I guess blue or like violet would probably be
Black,
fitting,
midnight,
given-
obsidian. Yeah.
Yeah, It's like I'm blind, but I can tell the difference. I don't. But no, I'll give him a robe to kind of just put on over his normal clothing, and then I'll kind of take like one of my veils. I'll kind of like look at it, almost like he can't see it, but I squint at him as I like take it, and I purposely like use the other side that would be facing outward, and like hand it to him for him to put that side up against his mouth, so I don't have to, worry about it.
Indirect kiss type shit. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah. I do not want your mouth basically where my eyes and my upper face will always be. Thank you.
Yeah, forehead kiss kind of thing.
He'll wrap it up around his mouth and like around his head like a headband. Like if it's long enough, he'll kind of do that full thing so it covers both his ears and his mouth.
Yeah, it's like it is long enough that you can use it as like basically a bandana.
Yeah.
It covers your mouth. It covers your ears as well. It allows you to kind of like pull them down slightly so that they're hidden. And then you pull your hood up, and honestly, it looks like an entirely different person.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Look at you.
If
I can't see you, but I'm sure you look like a great monk.
If someone looks at you directly, they would have a harder time recognizing you. Mechanically, it gives you like advantage on stealth checks for specifically getting looked at.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to be able to see, or else I'd say if we could cover your eyes, that would be brilliant, because people are more likely to recognize your upper face as opposed to your lower face like me, but hey. I hear the vast majority of mortals need proper eyesight.
Yeah, well, best we can do, I guess.
Sorry for being mortal, I guess.
So do I
No,
look like a priest or what?
I don't know. Does he look like a well, probably not a priest. He doesn't have that like wise like aura about him, but like again, maybe
Still
like a
very much criminal in an outfit kind of thing.
maybe like
No.
a monk or a friar.
Rune kind of just holds her cheek and thinks really hard and goes, I mean, you look utterly unremarkable, but is that not the goal?
That's the point, is it not?
Then I would say you're doing great. You look so unremarkable.
I imagine I don't look unremarkable when I'm wearing this.
No, you look great in that.
I
But this
know,
is very
thank you.
ill-fitting on Giancarlo. So
Yeah, I
unremarkable.
imagine it does. It might be a little off-putting, but that's for you all to have to deal with. To me, he still looks the same, but
Well, I mean, he's not offensive on the eyes. He's just unremarkable, you know? Like, don't worry, Giancarlo. You don't look offensive to the eyes. That would probably draw more attention.
He's just kind of
Are you
deadpanning it.
flattering? Or are you trying to tell him that he's not going to be noticed?
Jake, I don't know what like this setting might have in regards to like religious orders and whatnot. But does my
Yeah.
faith at all have like a section of people like nuns or like friars and whatnot who would take up a vow, or no, would it just be whomever?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of different like sections to your faith. It's actually significantly more predominant. You guys just happen to have been going to very like kind of like atheist leaning cities, or well, no, sorry.
Anti-theist.
Yeah, not necessarily atheist, but as in like they just don't care for the gods particularly a large amount.
Yeah,
If
that's
you guys
atheist.
went, if you guys were going to other cities, it would be pretty significant because there would be people who aren't part of the order that are definitely there, and there's all the way up. Like you could get grand priests, bishops, like popes and things of each and every different order of followers for the gods, especially given that there's only so few, and there have been like mass crusades before. So yeah,
And yeah, we can just say that you are a servant boy who has taken up you know, the faith. Still a fledgling, but you know, vow of silence and all. Or
Right,
maybe you
just
are
vow of
just mute.
silence?
I don't know.
All right, yeah, whatever. Do I have to? What's the name of the god again, so I don't fuck it up?
Elena.
Okay, got it.
If you're from super far
Locked.
north, it's Aena, but you know.
I think he probably forgets the name immediately.
entirely fair.
Yeah, as we're about to walk out, I like quickly look at him and say, "Wait, who's your goddess?"
Fuck! Don't do
I
that.
take
I'm
my
mute.
staff
Fuck
and I
you.
like I smack the. Oh yeah, wait, you are mute. Never mind, don't worry about it.
I just
Let
can't
me
say
do the
I'm mute,
talking
you know.
when it. Yes. Let me. If anyone asks about who you are or whatnot, let me. I will do the talking for you, and then we can just say that you do the being.
Got it.
You do what?
Being.
I
The
see.
what?
She talks.
Oh, I kept hearing the word starting with a P.
Muse, eyeballs. He just kind of points at his eyes.
I do have those.
Yeah, they don't work though.
No, they work. They just work differently. But I'll
Well, that no one knows that except for you.
I'll go to whomever has been like guiding me in the city, because Esther's not been having a great time here, and while we were walking through this place.
No, probably not. But yeah, you guys have managed to get through it without too much of an issue, and you've decided on a disguise. Do you head over to the college?
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You guys begin heading over to Lauren's local library, where, yeah. Is there anything that in particular that you guys want to do before you leave, while you're going there, or before you arrive?
I won't do anything of note specifically, but as we are like about to leave and whatnot, I will offer up a quick prayer of safety and guidance before we head out, though it's mostly to myself.
Fair enough.
For yourself or to yourself?
To myself. She does not just start speaking out celestial or whatever and like praying and whatnot. She'll usually do it on her own.
Hey, your prayers can be in common.
Yeah, but celestial. I wanted to say tongues, but celestial worked better. But
Mm-hmm. But yeah, as all of you begin to kind of leave the building, you see Alcon get ready at the door. All right, we can get through the store again. I don't know how we're going to be able to get past that guard without him spotting us.
What guard?
The one watching the street.
Yeah, I mean, there's always just people watching. I mean, he's not like looking for anybody in particular.
Okay.
If he was looking for you, he spotted you on the way in because you didn't notice him.
Well, I also didn't look like myself. I'm pretty sure she had also used disguise self.
Did she?
I'm pretty sure she did.
I don't remember.
I mean, as a bard, I guess it makes sense. She probably has more of those in the chamber.
She has disguise.
Bot.
Yeah, she has disguise self. So you guys have actually seen her use it multiple times, and I'm pretty sure I might not have said it out loud, but she would have disguised herself when she was coming back.
Gotcha.
In case I did not say that, sorry, that's my bad. But yeah, you see, she waves her hand over her face again, and then this time turns into just like a random brunette. Her horns are gone. Like her face structure looks different. She's like, all right, let's go.
Can
And
I change my horns?
sorry?
Should I change, make sure my horns aren't seen? Or are tieflings more okay here?
Oh, tieflings are a little bit more common than half dragons.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
so
it's
I'll
just
be
for
okay?
her. She's much more noticeable.
Yeah. Sorry.
What?
Just
I have neon pink hair. It's not my
And I'm-
choice.
and I've got dark blue hair.
Alright. But yeah. You guys wander out. Giancarlo, do you keep an eye on the guard?
I would say yes. In question, is thieves can't like code, or is it like a pigeon language?
What do you mean by pigeon language?
Like, is it a constructed language made of like multiple parts of multiple different languages to be unintelligible to the uninitiated?
Oh, no, actually. Thieves' Cant is specifically structured in a way that it is essentially encoded into normal conversation. So, something that, like, you would be able to have a conversation with someone in full Thieves' Cant, and only someone who spoke Thieves' Cant could actually understand what you're saying. But to everybody else, you are, for all intents and purposes, having a normal conversation unless someone pays very close attention to realize that you're speaking in Thieves' Cant and not actually having a conversation.
Yeah, 'cause doesn't
Got
it
it.
take like
Okay.
4 times longer than normal speech, since they have to like kind of overlay it to make
Yeah,
sense
it-
in
it-
general?
It does take
Setting.
like nearly twice as long to get like the same amount of messaging out. And if it's like a little bit more of a complex message, oftentimes they'll actually slip in words into Thieves' Cant because there's like a forgivance into the language that allows you to kind of like say specific things in it. But in general, it's typically about half as fast as normal speech would be.
Okay. I will watch him, and I will, I guess, try to keep an ear out for the conversation of people as we pass by, just in case.
All right, for sure. Give me a perception check.
Do I get advantage because it's guild people or no?
No.
Okay.
I gave you advantage last time because it is
Your
like, you
boy
know,
gotta
it's...
try, right?
Yeah, I know. You gotta ask. Unfortunately, from the best that you can tell, as you're kind of like just essentially watching him, you guys get out of your area, go around the corner, and you see as you guys leave the corner, you get like one last glance at him. You definitely see that his eyes kind of like shift towards you, but you don't know if he's clocked you or if he's like knows who you are, or if he was looking at you through his peripheral vision. You just aren't sure.
Great. Awesome. Love it.
But yeah, you guys managed to kind of depart from the area, wander through the streets of Dreamsick, and eventually get closer to Refusal Alley. And for those of you who are uninitiated, as you guys get closer, the stench and kind of smell of both mildew, like buildup of moss, of like decay begins to set in, and it's stronger and stronger as you get closer and closer to this area. You guys walk through the streets, and eventually, without Khan's guidance, you find what appears to be like a slightly larger building than the ones that you had seen before, that is situated just outside of Dreamsick. Before you guys get there, I'm going to ask for a stealth check from all of you.
Oh
I
boy.
will say that
Boy.
Giancarlo, you are the only one who gets advantage on this one. Alcon
I
does,
am-
Sick ass disguise.
it's your sick ass disguise. Alcon does not need to make a check.
Why did I get a 3?
I am really glad that I swapped one of my proficiencies last night.
Out of stealth.
Well, I swapped the Brewers and the Poisoners kit back, or rather, I swapped them out, and then I put in stealth as one of them because I was like, that might be useful here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good on you.
I did stealth and performance because I was like, who knows?
And now we just need Alcon. Yeah.
Uh,
No, you said
Al-
she doesn't even.
Alcon
Okay.
doesn't roll for this because she's using a new disguise she's never used before, and she's
Okay.
also like fully disguised. So unless like someone has the capability of looking through
True
her
sight.
disguise, which would be a little crazy to have for, you know, a bunch of thieves who are not used to spellcasters.
As far as we know.
As far as we know. But as you guys get closer to Refusal Alley, you can definitely see that you are actually getting closer to the area where the docks are. A little bit in the distance, you can actually see the remnants of sunlight. Or actually, sorry, not even the remnants of sunlight. It is bright and beautiful out there today. Across the actual docks, you can see the sunlight that just kind of seems to permeate out into the waters. Within Femdel itself, there is like a small corner where there's a little bit of sun that kind of like shines down that isn't being blocked by either, you know, the crown or the walls around. And you can see like maybe like a dozen different people are currently over there, essentially doing just kind of like sitting there staring into the sun, a few of them. And one of them is like straight up just sun tanning. It's so strange to look at. But as you get closer to this actual smaller, the slightly larger building, you can see that the sign is kind of put up at the front as Laren's local library, and then underneath it, there's a subtitle where it says, "Now offering lessons in reading and writing." And you realize it's a little ironic given that you would have to know how to read to be able to read the sign.
I kind of like, well, never mind. I can't read it, so I can't.
What?
I had a funny thing.
Once you get close enough,
Nice
you can
try.
see like the vague outline because the letters are stamped out. They're not like painted on. They're stamped out, so you can see the vague shape of them, and you actually can see and read this sign specifically.
Does Muse see it?
Absolutely.
Muse just snorts at it.
But as you guys get closer, you can see that there's this kind of like wrought metal gate at the very front that seems to be currently slightly ajar. Alcon kind of looks. You see she furrows her brow. It should be in time for first period. There's no one here.
Is something wrong?
There's no one in the courtyard. When we have students, this is nearing the end of first period. They should be leaving their classes, going to their next classes, or playing in the courtyard in the center. What? Why is?
I'm gonna go ahead and just put a hand on her shoulder, and then just point to the gate as if to like go in.
It's. Mother shouldn't be out of this. No. This shouldn't be out.
I'm gonna go in ahead of her then if she's gonna freak out.
As you kind of go in, you look, you glance around very quickly. The courtyard is completely empty. The gate is slightly ajar. And as you step into the courtyard, you can see what appears to be a very visible trail of blood that seems to be leading into one of the classrooms.
Is there anybody like looking at us from around the buildings?
Give me a perception check. As far as you can tell, you don't think so. But you also know internally that you were never very good at spotting people that were hidden. Because when they were good, they were good. Because you know how good you are, and you know that some of them are better than you. Or actually, quite a lot of them are probably better than you.
I motion for the others to follow me as I kind of pick up the pace, and I'm going to hold my rapiers underneath my cloak.
Yeah, absolutely. What are the rest of you doing?
I mean, I'll fall behind, playing up the fact that I am blind. I'll act like an actual blind person with my
using your stick and kind of like poking it.
Fair enough. Like using it to kind of just sense if anything's in front of me. But I am specifically focusing on like our surroundings, knowing that there should be people here.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Sure. I'm just trying to see if I can like.
This one should be just flat for you.
Yeah, just detect or sense anyone in the area outside of us, because not a fan of the way this sounds.
As of this current moment, looking through your own eyes, you've managed to kind of like get a very large view of things, because you're kind of like turning yourself as well during the motions, to kind of like using your stick to see where you're going. But you honestly don't sense anybody immediately close by, at least not that you could tell. They might be hidden behind like a foot of stone, or some rock and some other things like that, but as of this current moment, you don't sense anything.
Yeah, to ignore that D20 roll. I was seeing if I got one of my uses of skill empowerment back.
But what about Rune?
Rune would probably be surveying the area, like taking in the building, but also paying very close attention to corners. Just like thinking like, okay, if people are supposed to be here, like why aren't they? You know? Feeling very suspicious and on edge. So should I also roll perception?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Wow.
Oof.
Nope.
You
Maybe
glance.
this is just what it's like.
You glance around, and honestly, like it's depressing here. You've read in books that some places are really bad and that there's like slums and stuff, but this is like somehow way worse than what you could have imagined.
Oh my god, the vibes are so bad here. Are they always this bad?
I'm so glad John didn't hear that.
I think Jean did. Because I don't think Rune was trying to be
that
quiet
John-
saying
He's-
this.
Not
he's
that
very
John could
focused
reply,
on-
right? 'Cause-
Going to exactly. He's very focused on going to this classroom, but he's very upset.
Yeah.
It makes me
entirely.
laugh though that she was like actually outside in like the lower area of Femdel being like la, and then inside of an abandoned university she's like, ugh, what a dump.
Yep.
People go here.
Oh
my god, people go here.
Like you have a comparison between Yaya's like classroom versus this classroom, and let's just say that one of them is open
Yes,
to
that's-
nature. There's a breeze
Yeah.
that comes through. There's a beautiful
Academic
tree.
institution. His
Um,
academic institution is embarrassing.
yeah, it's not great. But as you're kind of like glancing through, it is an academic institution. It is very familiar. There is a series of like small classrooms on the first floor, and there's some stairs that seem to lead into upper floors where there's some like offices, libraries, and like even like a small cafeteria. What about Vesper? How's he faring in all of this?
Seeing that he was not the stealthiest and there's blood and definitely some bad things are going on, he's gonna hit Rune with a quick cure wounds just to make sure she's good.
Top her off. Rune, you get another 9.
Thanks, bestie.
You
You're welcome,
feel
bestie.
significantly better, Rune, after having had that poison kind of course through you earlier in this day. But now, for the majority of the part, whatever damage it had done to your system, to your blood, to your body, it is now reverted for the most part, and you're feeling a lot better. But as you guys are kind of like walking through this courtyard, Vesper, through one of the windows, specifically into the classroom that Giancarlo is currently approaching, you see what appears to be a shape move.
Sorry, a shape of what?
Just like a shape, something inside moved. The windows are unfortunately like very grimy and dirty, in that they look like they haven't been cleaned or kind of like taken care of in at least a week. And a week in Femdel is like a month everywhere else with how much grime and other things build up.
Got it. Heads up, it's not empty. I mean, Rune's obviously close enough to hear that. I'm not sure how far ahead the others would have gone.
I think if
Rune kind of just snorts. Oh, sorry.
no, it's all good. You would be close enough that I think you guys would be grouped close enough that all of you would have been able to hear Vesper make the call.
Yeah, I think I ditched the cloak at this point.
Okay.
Just draw swords.
The cloak comes off, the rapier comes
Oh,
out.
little altar boy.
The door to that classroom with the blood is still closed. Do you open it?
Yep.
All right. Quietly, loudly, how do you go about it?
I'd say quietly.
Give me a stealth check or a sleight of hand check. I'll leave it up to you which one.
Well, considering stealth is plus 12.
It's pretty good.
And yet
Needed.
not rolled above a 10.
Yeah,
no, I
which
love
is
this
very
this new
unfortunate.
theme.
You grab the kind of like lever that the door kind of handles on, and you kind of slowly depress it, push it forward, and you glance into the classroom. And at first, initially, it takes a second for your eyes to adjust because of how dark it is within the room. But very quickly, you see, in essence, what is very clearly a crime scene. In the center of the classroom, there is a body. One that Alkan immediately recognizes as she goes, "Oh no!" As she doesn't push past you, but she grabs onto your shoulder as you see an old man with like a short beard, no hair, just a complete bloody mess sprawled out on the floor. And the movement that was coming as the door slowly opens, you see an open window on the other side of the classroom and what appears to be a vulture currently enjoying a meal.
I'm going to shoo it away.
Yeah, it immediately flies away. You see Alcon just kind of like kneel beside him and just start crying. But very quickly you analyze the kind of crime scene that you see ahead of you, and it's not pretty. The trail of blood appears to be like this old man had dragged himself into this classroom at one point. He's currently like leaning against one of the chairs and probably had at one point attempted to like kind of sit up or like push themselves up. And they're currently just collapsed on the ground. You actually, I think Rune would see this, because I think your perception's the highest, Rune. Oh, yeah, it is.
I think it is. It is, yeah.
Rune, you spot like a very scrunched up piece of paper in the old man's hands, and like a pencil in his other hand that he kind of like dropped onto the ground.
Do I see any other signs of like writing, like classic crime scene, write in blood kind of thing? I don't know, some DNA under the fingernails.
Unfortunately not, but on the chalkboard in the front of the classroom, you do see written on the board itself, "Don't look into this further. He's the first to fall. He won't be the last if you keep doing this."
Question: do I recognize the wound that killed him?
Oh, absolutely. It was one of the things that the teacher taught you was that there are quick ways to dispatch people, and there are very slow, excruciating ways to dispatch people. This one was a wound that was taught as a part of the lesson for the latter type of killing.
And do I know what type of weapon it was?
Some sort of serrated blade. Oh, sorry, not serrated blade. Some sort of sharp blade. Very likely either some type of like slashing weapon that would have caused it. You're just not sure.
So like perhaps like a dagger?
Like a dagger, like a sword, a falchion, saber. It could be any of those sorts.
Do I recognize the handwriting on the board at all?
No, it was actually, it looks like whoever wrote on the board intentionally hid their handwriting style in that they wrote in like big block letters.
Okay.
Yeah, Rune kind of just goes tisk, tisk, and tries to plucks the crumpled piece of paper out of his hand without doing her best not to disturb the rest of the crime scene.
Yeah, the piece of paper comes out relatively easily. It is like the edges of it and a few drops on the center of it are just dried blood, but you kind of unwrap it, unfurl it, and it's a very short letter, and you can see it is addressed to Alcon. Uh, Upon the letter, it says, "I'm sorry, Alcon. I was forced to tell them. They want that demonic research. I don't know why. They wouldn't tell me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Rune kind of just gently places her hand on Alcon's shoulder, gives her a very sympathetic look, and just hands the paper over.
Yeah, she takes it. She reads it. Oh, he left the code. They didn't take everything.
What?
What we we had a when he writes I'm sorry, it means that he's hidden something for me.
Another fucking search. He's gonna put the rapiers away and just start like tearing everything apart, looking for
No.
whatever it could be.
No, it's in his room. I don't know if they would have looked in his room for it, but I hope they didn't. In his office.
Then let's go.
Sorry, Lar. Yeah, let's go. She kind of like stumbles out the door. You see, following her, she goes upstairs. This is his office. It's locked. Can you open it?
Yeah, he's just gonna go right in with the thieves' tools.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a thieves' check. Honestly,
Come on, man. Come on, man.
you take a moment and you realize that this lock is actually a lot more sturdy than you had expected. There is a window to this room. You could probably try the thieves' tools again, but the DC would be higher, and if you fail again, you will jam the lock.
How sturdy is the door?
It is an old wooden door.
Shit. All right, yeah, he's gonna go through the window.
Yeah. The window is actually relatively easy. You kind of like just pry using your rapier, goes underneath it, kind of like pries open a tiny bit of that latch that was closing it, and it just opens up. You kind of pull yourself through, and you can see very quickly at a glance that it doesn't look like this room was disturbed, but the room that you guys had just passed, which was the office next door, was disturbed. The windows were all opened, though the door was like wide open. Every single book and thing that was inside the other office, which you had seen was Dr. Alcon's office, had been combed through. All the drawers were open. There was papers everywhere that the wind was kind of like blowing out of the window and kind of drifting it over into the lake. Or sorry, not the lake, the bay. It's not a pretty sight, at least the room next door. But this room is an entirely different sight. On the interior of this, you actually see what appears to be, relatively neat kind of stacked bookshelves, a variety of different kind of like, strange paraphernalia that looked like wooden carvings of buildings. Like they look like architecture buildings that were carved out of wood. And honestly, they're very detailed and quite excellent to look at. But kind of taking a look through some of them, give me just a investigation check. Alcon will give you the help action.
So advantage?
Actually, I think Alcon will do it herself.
Yeah, probably for the best. Can I give her the help action?
Do you have proficiency in investigation?
Never mind.
Yeah, you need proficiency to be able to assist someone else in a stat block check.
My bad.
Oh,
In the
good.
meantime, can Giancarlo open the door for the rest of us?
I would have opened the door. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Just
door.
checking.
The door is open for the rest of you to let you in as well. On the inside of the room, you see a large chalkboard that is just kind of like full of a variety of different things, and some of the things that you see on the chalkboard are like architecture related. There's a variety of kind of like different, almost like miniature engineering drawings where you can see this is how you would best hold up a bridge that was built across this distance, kind of thing. You see Alcon just like tearfully begins to look through the desk, being very careful to not like disturb too many things, but very quickly, eventually, she kind of like finds the button for a hidden drawer, and she kind of pops it open, and then on the inside of that drawer is two very solid books. One of them, you notice the title is A Sample of Languages Across Idriosa. And a second book is the second book is actually wrapped up in a little bow, in a little string, and you just see Alcon start bawling the instant she sees the actual second book.
What's the title?
There is actually no title on it, but it is a hardcover book that's been bound, and it looks like it was actually hand bound.
Okay. I think I'll leave the tied book with her, and I'm gonna take the other one and flip through it, looking for that script that I'd seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an investigation check.
Oh, great. Please, God. Okay.
You take like one quick look through it, don't see anything that resembles that language, and then you're like, shit, maybe I went through too quickly. And then you slow down, you go through it again, and this time you do manage to find it. There is in this book, which is probably 600 pages long, there is a total of half a paragraph dedicated to that language. The description in common, as it reads, is that this is a strange language that has been seen that has come from the pits before. The demons use it, but it is not something that all demons know. Strangely, this language seems to be associated with those who are more powerful within the demonic realm. And there is a common translation of that like half paragraph that exists there. Though you do see there's like 3 asterisks that you go down to the bottom of the page, and it says this is not a confirmed translation as the first asterisk. The second asterisk says it's a confirmed translation. I know what I put in. The third asterisk says no, you don't.
Fucking nerds. What's the translation say?
This is specifically a passage that seems to describe the like very early creation of the pit. That the pit formed out of the world as an antithesis to the order that the hells were bringing. There are 7 layers of the hells. There is an indefinite amount of layers in the pit. The hells are structured very well, and that there is a specific like architecture. There's a rule set. There's like very much order imposed in how the hells are supposed to operate. And it says the abyss was, oh sorry, not the abyss. The pits were created specifically to counteract that, and that's the reason why the first demon deployed the pit in the middle of the hells to ensure that they would always be reminded that they are surrounded by order, and that order should not be allowed to win.
Yikes. I'm gonna I'm gonna just kind of leave the book open to that page on the desk and see if she's okay yet.
Let me check. She is definitely not okay.
I didn't think so.
She's currently like on the ground, leaning against the chalkboard, and like has the book in like a fetal position, like rocking back and forth on her knees. Or sorry, on her butt. But yeah.
Hey guys, I'm not really good at this. Does anyone know how to like fix that?
You mean comfort somebody?
Yeah.
Yes. As Muse just kind of stands or moves forward and just kind of like opens her arms for a hug and goes, "If you want one, you can have it. If you want, I can also just stand here for you and let you cry it out." Like, she is very, very obviously good at this. As
Yeah.
if she's dealt with with it before.
You see Alcon kind of like wipe tears off her face, look up at you. I'll be okay. And then immediately grabs you into a hug.
Muse immediately wraps her arms around her, starts stroking her back a little bit.
Yeah. She's not having a good time, but over time she does seem to get better after, a couple of minutes. But during that time, is there anything else that you guys want to do? Look around the room?
Can I ask something?
Yeah, absolutely.
With time, given that this might be an official translation of said language, can Muse try to learn bits and pieces of said language?
You
By
can
studying it?
certainly try.
Cool.
Give me give me an Arcana check.
I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty high. We get a net 20, baby! Let's go!
Holy shit.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's fucking go!
Oh my god. You look through it and just... How many languages do you speak, Muse?
I was just about to walk away and grab something. Three, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you speak Illyrian,
Elvish, and Infernal.
Yeah. Because of your natural inclination for having known Infernal, and you know that this is like a derivative language that is potentially like used. I don't know how familiar you are with like kanji, but you know how the Japanese have like kanji, katakana, and things like that.
Yeah.
And kanji is specifically like Chinese lettering.
Mm-hmm.
Using those kinds of like inferences, you're able to get the grasp, or at the very least the basics of this strange kind of runic language.
Okay.
By the basics, I'll tell you right now, in that you guys have acquired enough knowledge to learn one out of a possible 7 pieces of knowledge that would be required for you to be able to actually translate the paper that you guys have.
1 out of 7.
Actually,
It's
you know what?
Nothing.
Because you have a nat 20, I'll give you 2 out of 7.
Let's go.
In addition to that, you actually realize that there is some errors in the translation itself that was given. The abyss was not created to be the antithesis of... the pit was not created to be the antithesis of the hells. That was a mistranslation. It wasn't meant to be an opposition. Instead, it says here that through this passage that the pits were designed to counteract the forces of law, or like of potential that the devils were there. They're not there to necessarily hold them back, but they're there because they wanted a challenge. Because they didn't want to ultimately rule the multiverse just with a snap of their finger. They wanted it to be nearly impossible for demons to get somewhere so that they could, actually begin to rule. They are powerful beyond measure. And thinking about it now, it was an eventuality that the pit was going to have enough power to invade the material world. How this is happening and why this passage even kind of insinuates that is difficult for you to grasp. You'd have to find more.
Right.
But
interesting.
You're now able to read like bits and pieces of the paper that you guys had found previously. You actually find a few things. A few proper nouns come up, as well as some information in regards to other things. You see the name of the Citadel of Light come up. You see the name Halig, the city, come up. You see a name of someone named, let me go double check that I have this correctly. You see the name of someone named Karatal come up. And that is a proper noun. So Karatal. And you're able to read that someone is trying to provide corpses to someone else. However, you aren't able to tell who that someone is. However, Karatal is part of that sentence. So it's either Karatal is providing the corpses or the corpses are being provided to Karatal.
And that's the name of the place? Or
Karatal is it's a proper noun. It's some person or individual's name. Or it could be a group, it could be an organization, you're not sure.
And you said there was the name of a city.
Yes, there was a name of two different cities. Specifically Halig, which is in the far north, and there was the Citadel of Light, which was in the far south.
Isn't Halig where I'm from?
I think you had told me that it was Halig, yeah. Let me go.
Yeah.
You could go double check, but yeah.
I think that's what I said. Looking really quickly.
Was it? No. You were from Tivian.
No, but remember that's where she has her store.
Oh yes, no, you're right. Sorry, yes, your store is in Tivian. Yes.
That's where the store is.
Halig is the one near Coldrain, right?
Halig is the one near Coldrain, yes. It is to the northwest of Coldrain by... it is the one that is actually connected to Coldrain via trade.
Interesting.
Or, sorry, I think it was Magical Rail. I mean, basically the same thing, but it is connected to Coldrain.
So, the way that Muse is going to, tell everyone that she's able to realize it is so as she's holding Alcon, she's stroking her back, she's actually looking over Alcon's shoulder at the book, the book or the passage, and just goes, huh, it's mistranslated, right?
I think at this point she's calmed down enough to be like, what?
This book, the passage that's in the language that we're looking for, it's mistranslated, and she says exactly what you said and points it out and what's different. Sorry, I don't remember the exact wording. So she points it out and goes, right.
Essentially what it was is that the pit was situated in the middle of the hells because the demons needed a challenge. It wasn't that the pit was situated. It wasn't that the pit was born out of the hells as a opposing force. It was purposely put there by the first demons and constructed there as a challenge to the demons within.
Challenge to the demons, huh? Yeah, Muse basically portrays this to Alcon and says it was basically like a challenge to the demons. It's not this, it was that.
That doesn't. No, that's not right. That's not right.
Are you sure?
The hells, they've been holding back the demons of the pit for millennia, if not more. They couldn't have gotten weaker. There wasn't anything that could have done that. They shouldn't be able to do this invasion. This should be impossible.
Correct. So then why
But
are
they
they
are.
doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then why are they? Wait, can I see the letter for a moment?
Yeah.
The one that that's in the other language.
You see Alcon just kind of like hands it to you, and you do see like the passages that I had given you, the two names, Halig, Citadel of Light, the name Caratal, and that bodies are either being provided by or provided to Caratal.
She goes, yeah, here's the name of my hometown, Halit. This is the Citadel of Light, and this here says that that bodies are either being provided to or by someone. I don't know who. And there's a name here that I also don't know. Do you know someone by the name of Kartal?
The name means nothing to any of you.
I was going to ask, as someone who has lived in the Citadel of Light for a couple hundred years, does that at all, like, anything like this sound familiar, whether it be that name specifically or bodies going to or fro the city?
No, the Citadel of Light is a beautifully constructed city with a variety of different districts that has teleportation, like minor teleportation circles that zip you between different places in the city itself. You would know if there was bodies missing unless someone was covering it up, which doesn't make any sense to you.
This is a lot of information in just a little short of time. I'm sorry. I don't mean to prod. But I mean, if this is the first, how do I put this? This is the first time we've seen the language outside of this letter, correct?
Well, I mean,
there was the letter
weren't
that
the books in this language?
Yeah. Yeah. The actual books that were in that chapel, or in that church in the Underdark, a lot of them were in this language. And the book that Alcon still has at her side, that is currently like strapped up, tied up, and kind of not being used. You can also see similar runes on the surface of it, but they are actually written in the usage of runes, which is different in the usage of language.
Do you think maybe that we'd find similar places that we found in the Underdark and Halig and the Citadel of Light, maybe?
Places similar to what?
The ones we saw in the Underdark. With all the cauldrons and the people and the corpses and the ceiling. Ugh.
I've lived in the Citadel of Light for many, many years.
And I grew up in Haylig, and I never noticed anything like that before I left. I'm just maybe suggesting maybe it's not something that's easily seen by the eye. It's right underneath our noses. Ash, you're not helping. Stop barking. Get out. Go. What do you think, Elcon?
She still has like tears streaking down her face.
Okay, maybe I'll come back to you. What
Yeah.
do you think, guys?
This is so far above my pay grade.
I know, buddy, but we gotta figure it out. We're in this far.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out why the guild gives a shit.
That is a good question.
I mean, you
Do-
yourself said that they were all about control, yes?
Yeah, but like, what are they controlling? Like, obviously they can control the narrative about it. Maybe they
amount
can
of
control the
bodies?
information. No,
I mean, what's more...
if they were collecting bodies, they wouldn't be leaving them on the side of the road.
Yes, but I mean, let's be honest here. We all have heard stories about, you know, the cultist or fools trying to summon and control demons.
We have?
I mean,
we have.
what if these people think themselves powerful or worthy enough to do just that?
That's scary.
The guild is against hubris. It's not a control because they can. It's a control because they have to.
Yeah, and maybe they deem that controlling this is necessary.
Maybe.
I mean, after all, if it's all about control and power, if you can control, like, say, an
this is
entire
like
city of people, it's only
heavy
logical that you
magic,
would-
man.
Yeah, but again, if your thesis on these people is that they're all about control, it makes sense that they would be grasping at forces and powers beyond just, well, what you've known.
And what any of us know anyways.
Jake, what was like the guild's stance on magic as like a tool, I guess, or like a concept?
A lot of the times it was too flashy, is what they would consider it. Is that because magic is very restricted in how it's cast, it needed you to be able to do verbal, somatic, and use material components almost the entire time you would use magic, which in a line where if someone hears you speak, you could be dead the next moment. A lot of them were not very it wasn't a skill that was practiced. It wasn't a skill that was looked for. There were instances of a leg of the guild that has sorcerers who are able to do things without having to use any of those components, but they're very, very rare.
Does it strike me at all plausible that the guild might be interested in this stuff specifically to protect itself from the next invasion? Or is that kind of outside of their wheelhouse?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
The guild
Jesus.
generally finds that these invasions are incredibly profitable.
Yeah.
They have really no interest in stopping them. In fact, they probably would be interested in continuing the invasions so long as they didn't get too far out of hand, and that the heroes that rise up in those things are generally supported, quote unquote.
Okay. I think that. Okay. I think I see their angle on this.
What's that?
It's the invasions make the guild a shitload of money.
How's that?
They control the cleanup in the Undercity. I mean, everything gets rebuilt under their say-so, and people have to stay in the city for protection, because if you go out in the country, you just get fucking murdered.
You would also
So-
be aware that for the guild, the amount of money that they make is not just centered on Femdel. It is any city post invasion, they have to rebuild. And a lot of the times, supply lines are being controlled or manipulated in some sort of fashion by the guild. And in such, they can earn massive amounts for quote unquote
Yeah.
expediting things.
And obviously the Crown is the most stable city post invasion, so they have the easiest way to make trade routes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, the guild, if they think that we're trying to stop the invasions, that's like a big cut to their money, their bottom line, and which is how they keep control of stuff. So I mean, they want the invasions to continue as long as it doesn't get like end of the world. So I mean, if they think we're trying to stop it or even slow it down, they're gonna just, any kind of gestures to the door, which, I'm assuming like the next room is just the body of Alcon's teacher.
No, he's underneath you guys. You guys are on the second
Yeah.
floor, where the offices are. He's in the classroom, like basically directly underneath this room.
Then he would just point like straight down to where we were. Yeah. So us looking into it and trying to stop it is against their main goals.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that does make sense when you think about it. The invasion is basically just a massive war.
And Femdel being, at least the upper city being super stable and hard to capture, they get to help rebuild everything after the end, and then the guild puts their tentacles through every trade route after the invasion. So
Yeah, so
fuck. This is kind of a inevitable crash.
Is there something we can do here? Giancarlo, you know the guild, right? Can we,
Yeah.
I don't know, stop them from stopping us?
uh, short answer, no. It's not like I have any sort of sway left with them after walking out on them. And even if I did, I mean, it's all about the money with these people. I can, if Alcon, if there's anything I can do to get them to even come to the table, it's to offer myself, which I can do, but once we play that chip, that's it.
Given what you've told us about the guild up to now, I feel like we're going to have to sell a story about the upcoming invasion for them to believe it's anything other than you looking for revenge.
I have to agree with that.
It's not revenge. I mean, if we tell them that what we've seen makes it seem like it's going to be way worse than any of the other invasions, like end of the world type deal, and that they need to help slow it down, maybe, but like I don't think they're gonna believe anything I have to say, because they're just gonna think that I am saying it to not get strung up in the street.
Even if they believe you, they're gonna pivot to being a mercenary force, sell information about when the invasion happens, and then probably kill you first.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna die. I've kind of made up. I've kind of got over that part.
May I sound a little naive here?
Go for it.
How much manpower would you say it would take to go to the guild and take care of the problem?
Are you joking?
Like, no?
No. Yeah, it's not an option. Like, I mean, I don't know if you saw this morning, the executors don't have a chance against the guild, and they got like magic bullshit as standard equipment. Like, 5 dipshits is not gonna break through the door, you know? I mean,
We could be up one dipshit if Libra returns.
that's an if. I mean, I could leave a message to get them to come to send someone, and hopefully it's not just a kill order. It might just be, if I can make a convincing enough message, maybe they'll talk, but that's about it as far as I know. I mean, like I said, I've got a pretty bleak outlook about this.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that they seem to want to either control or expedite invasions and whatnot, I personally don't want to let that just lie. My entire reason for even leaving the Citadel was what I presume to be a vision relating to the next invasion, and well, I find it to be imperative to either stop or lessen its damage as much as feasibly possible.
If it's a vision, then we have to go through with it. It's our destiny, I'm sure.
Yeah, but are we really gonna be the first in line to fight a bunch of demons?
If I'm ordered
Well,
to.
they might come to us first. Why not?
So far, I've been the one
Go to
getting kicked
them.
the shit out of.
Well, yes. I mean, if we go to them, we could sneak up on them and have the upper hand.
When you say them, do you mean the guild or the demons?
Demons.
It
I
could be
mean,
both.
the guild probably not, from what Giancarlo's been saying. But I don't know. Like, that's why I said, may I sound a little naive, you know?
The guild is like so many people. The problem is this is so many people, and they definitely know we're here right now. Just FYI.
Oh, great. They just know. Do they know everything?
In the
As soon
Undercity?
as No, just
Yeah.
anywhere we are.
Oh, I mean, they got eyes everywhere.
That's reassuring.
And we kind of stick out, you know.
I mean, I'm blue and I have horns. I've spent my whole life sticking out.
Oh, no. It's not the blue and the horns thing. I've met tieflings. You just dress like... And he kind of just gestures at all of you. Like, you're not from here.
I dress in some of the nicest fashion that I know of.
That's exactly the problem. You're not covered in shit. You stick out.
Oh.
This place is called Refuse Alley. Shit literally falls from the sky.
Ugh.
As you say that, you see in the distance like a large crate full of something smashes into the building next door, and just a bunch of loose debris just hits the ground.
See?
Do we need to go? Is it was that
No,
like
that's
a warning
normal.
or
That's
something?
the
Oh,
upper
that's
city
normal.
assholes just dropping shit. Yeah.
That what?
Yeah, whenever they have
They just
trash or
drop
like
shit?
yeah,
That's
trash,
despicable.
human shit, piss, sometimes bodies if it's like an execution, but mostly it's like garbage. Yeah, refuse salad. Why do you think I hate it here?
I kind of assumed it was being forced into being a child murderer. But
And that didn't help, obviously.
well, if Muse has already started translating, is there a way we can develop her skills instead of trying to rely on the guild?
That's a good point.
We-
If I could have more to
have to
look
find
at and like
more of
reference
it.
from.
Yeah, there's other scraps. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit better now, but if focus, if we can find more scraps and you're able to do a lot more learning, and I could definitely assist you as well, then we could potentially translate enough of this letter that we don't have to worry about dealing with the guild. But the issue is that we'd have to try and find more scraps of this paper or this language, which we don't have.
And we think the guild has.
Yeah.
The guild at least has two pieces of it, right? The letter that Giancarlo you've seen before, and the scraps they've stolen from me.
Yeah. I mean, good news is they're not really booky, so they probably haven't, figured it out yet.
That is good news.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we should probably. I mean, I should probably try to talk to them, right? I mean, it'll just the simplest way forward is just asking.
You're resigning yourself to death?
Everybody dies. I mean, might as well it be like useful some way, I guess.
Everybody dies eventually, sure.
Yeah,
I would hope to
I
not
could get.
die a little sooner than normal.
You haven't
I mean,
lived a life, Giancarlo. You haven't experienced anything, I'm sorry to say.
I've experienced quite a lot, and it's been all bad. It's been all bad. All right. I
Well,
mean, this is
I think
probably.
that's your point. Is that you've not experienced, a proper life that's really worth living.
And that should mean that we don't push forward. We don't succeed. Is that? I mean, because I could just
No,
do a
but
good thing, maybe.
You are writing yourself off as if, in doing this, it is in fact just the end for you, and I mean, it doesn't have to be.
You're not in it alone.
Within my faith, Elena is obviously holds dominion over death, and we abhor, undead and other beings or creatures that artificially extend their life beyond its natural point. But we do have a general belief that when it comes to your life, you should fight tooth and nail for it. Just once it's over, you let it be over. But until it gets to that point, you do everything to stop it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe I don't send a letter. Maybe I just. Maybe they'll send someone. I mean, I took my stupid veil off, so maybe they saw me send someone over. I mean, they could be here any second. He looks out the window.
Give me a perception check.
That's reassuring.
Perception check, you said.
As a precaution, can Muse like use Manifest Mind to like position it outside of the door as like a watch?
Because she can see and hear through it, and she can cast it 60 feet away from her.
Is it invisible?
No.
Could you pop it
wouldn't
into chat
recommend it.
so I can see what it is?
Yes. Boop. Big wall of text.
Woo!
Damn.
Time to read.
But I'm illiterate.
It sheds
What?
dim light. Oh God.
What does it look like? It looks like a ghostly tome,
Remember-
a cascade of text, or a scholar from the pastures. And I believe yours was actually like a dress or something like that, right?
It was a spool of thread.
A spool of thread.
Tiny objects. Okay.
Yeah. Do you manifest it and deploy it outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts to float outside, and as you kind of move your own mind into it, you glance through it and immediately realize that there's like four people looking at it back. Three of them are just like regular citizens who are on the street just walking by going, "What the fuck?" And a fourth one is an executor that like is walking towards it with a gun pointed at it.
Oh.
Ame.
Muse
Tomato.
immediately closes or Muse immediately dissipates it.
Okay, it dissipates, and in that
He
instant,
Diagoras, right?
Giancarlo, you hear from the other side, backup requested. There's some weird shit going on at the school.
Did I notice Muse cast something?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You don't keep watch?
Now, Jake, correct me if I'm wrong. The executors discourage magic in the Undercity. Am I correct in that?
The executors believe that they should be the only ones who have the magic.
Exactly. Magic is fucking banned for peons, all right? Are you kidding me?
We're not in magic. What do you mean it's banned?
The people up
Well.
top don't want rebellion. They don't want magic. That's the whole reason they win every time there's a rebellion. They just blow everybody up. And then you're just casting spells out in the street for any dipshit with a sword to see? We're fucked.
Magic.
That's enough. Esther and I, if this doesn't break the magic casting whatever, can cast Pass Without Trace on the group, and we can get the fuck out of here.
Good on you.
Yes,
Let's
that
do
would
it.
be- That would be very wise. I pull out, or I grab the robes that you like dropped earlier, and I push them on like up against you, Giancarlo, and I say, "All right, get dressed now, young Gregor," and then I'll.
Oh, fuck it.
I'll
He hands the robes back to you. Fuck it. I'm done hiding this bullshit. No. Come on, let's go.
all right.
Okay.
Do you want to, or you want me to?
I can cast it. It's okay.
All right.
Then yeah.
Pass Without Trace goes out. I need all of you who are present to give me a stealth check.
You all get a +10.
So 31.
Oh, why did I roll it with a disadvantage?
I'm
Do you
not.
have medium armor?
Armor do you have?
Oh, it's my armor.
Yes, it's the
I
armor.
have medium.
Oh no,
armor.
you have treated leather armor.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, the treated leather armor I believe gives you disadvantage on stealth checks.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I cast a spell, but I'm not so sneaky.
I mean, a +10 to that makes it a 21, so I think you'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
puts it at 21, 34, 31, 14, 30.
The 14 is really dragging you guys down. No, I'm kidding.
sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Missing Alcon.
Oh yes, Alcon has to roll as well. Give me a moment. Let me.
And technically Simon, because I imagine Simon's here with us.
I do believe so. I'm gonna skip Simon's. I'll give you guys the benefit of that doubt.
Simon is Schrodinger's player character. He is
Yeah.
both here and not here.
He is both here and not here at this current moment. I mean, Alcon's a little bit more of a, presence right now. Simon is just chilling,
We'll say that Simon is like in like low power mode and like someone's packing him around like a backpack or something.
Yeah. He's being carried around like a backpack because he's only like 3 feet tall. He's fine. Absolutely. So with that, you guys slip out the back and you see like 4 of the executors kind of come around. 2 of them with guns raised. One of them has like a magical torch that's kind of being like lit and being used to kind of light the way. And as they kind of make their way inside, you hear one of them say, "Sir, there's a fucking body here." "Oh shit. There's a guild activity." "Looks like it. You were not slow." "God, fuck. Alright, we should leave. We weren't here. Let's go." And all 4 of them kind of scatter as you guys leave out the back.
Is that a cat in the background?
Sorry, that's Kitty. That's my cat. She's screaming because she wants attention. She just
Give
wants
her
me to.
attention,
She
God!
just. She's.
Simon, I think something's wrong with Gizmo.
Gizmo's meowing! Simon,
She-
please!
She's just
Software,
yelling
wrong
at me.
software.
She's literally standing in front of my mic. Both of her paws are on my chest, and she's meowing at my face. Because she's
Aw,
like,
you
"I want
better give her
attention." And I'm
damn.
like,
He's
Girl.
desperate.
"My God, Kitty. You good
See, my
now?
cats just march all over my keyboard
You good now?"
and just watch the screen for something to happen.
Yeah, she's okay now. I'm scratching her butt now. All right, but yeah, you guys kind of make it out of there. You realize that the executors leave very quickly after they come in as well. But yeah, as all of you kind of depart that area and begin to determine what it is that you need to do next, let's switch the camera back to our other boy, to Libra.
Libra, Libra, Libra.
Trauma
I was
dump,
quite
trauma
content.
dump.
I was quite content just kind of listening to you all almost die.
They didn't almost die. The
I
executors
think
aren't.
it's been real bad.
The executors aren't that dangerous. They're only like CR6 each.
Yeah. Fighting the executors definitely won't lead to anything bad.
No.
You'll have to blame me for that one.
I'm sure it's fine. Give me a moment. I'm just gonna put on some music for who it be on the upstairs. But very, very quickly, the elevator ascends up into the air, and as it drifts upwards, you feel it come to a kind of slow grind. The individual ahead of you, like one of the kind of rich crown folks, says, "Oh, finally, out of the dump. Oh, I can breathe again." Before he starts kind of walking out, you see the other 2 fellows begin to kind of follow him along. The cart comes through, and as you emerge onto the upper floors of Femdel, you come into an entirely different sight. An absolutely wondrous and honestly gorgeous location that many could potentially even describe as magical in some cases. You see at the very large area where you arrive what appears to be the outside, the exterior of the Gold Shore district. A large, almost like strip mall type building where, or actually, sorry, it's like a singular, like large building with a large golden dome in the center of it that resembles just like a gigantic fucking mall. And kind of taking a look at it at this current moment, you manage to crawl out of the cart, disappear into an alley, and dispel your invisibility if you so wish. But if you don't want to, you can keep it. But
I mean, I'll ask a question real quick.
yeah.
Would I mean, I've been through here probably plenty of times now. Would I know if they have like ways of detecting invisibility up here?
No. They strictly do not police their own citizens. The executors, you can see there's quite a few of them up here, but all of them are extremely relaxed. The majority of them, where if they were down below, they would have had their masks on, which has like magical filtering properties. But up here, they just wear like helmets. Some of them don't even have their helmets on. They're kind of just like strapped to the side, still on duty. They're having, casual conversations, smiles on their faces, and just kind of discussing things with the various different folks. Glancing through the streets, you see like dozens and dozens of people, but just as many automatons kind of fill the space. They're not necessarily in the same vein that you would expect like Simon to be in. Quite a few of the automatons are created for purpose. All of the carts, the front of them has this like hair that is there that has like the hare's head, but it's there to kind of like power the actual cart itself. You see some that are designed as like walkers for some people. You see some that are actually just there as companions. You see one of them, like one of the automatons, is literally a head of what looks to be like a small bear that is kind of protruding out the top of what appears to at first be an umbrella, but it very quickly starts spinning, and you realize it's like a set of propellers as this man begins to kind of like ascend into the air and start like flying elsewhere. And you see that there is not even a second glance at him as he just kind of flies through the air and then disappears, into the distance towards one of the larger buildings up, which you realize there is a bunch of mansions that are floating on small islands that are chained to the top of the crown. And honestly, I believe all of this would be a very familiar view to you. Did I send you that information about the upper districts?
No, but Anthony did because I asked him.
Oh yes, sorry, I should have. But Anthony, did I send you all the details for the upper districts, or was it just the lower districts that I sent it to you?
Yes,
It was both.
I got both.
Okay, cool.
I just kind of discounted. I didn't even bother reading the crown ones just because I wouldn't know them. But I was like, oh, I'll just send these over.
Yeah, that is entirely fair. Sorry, I should have sent that to you as well. But yeah, you are currently beside the large building or building/district that is known as the Gold Shore. And you know very well that Emil kind of resides in one of the mansions within, if I remember correctly, it was the Gilded Glades.
Yeah, I think he definitely doesn't release the invisibility just because he knows how absolutely filthy, even if he put on like nice clean clothes, he probably always is. So just to make sure that nobody's like, oh, man, that guy's a little out of place, he just starts walking with his invisibility up to where he knows to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
God, this is such nice and bright music for what's about to happen.
What do you mean?
It's like a character seeing like fucking Olympus for the first time.
That's exactly it. Come on, it's not that bad. It's
called a
Olympus
flag,
up here.
Andrew. Obviously.
I know.
But yeah, you manage to kind of wander through the streets, and as the hour comes up for the end of your invisibility, you kind of arrive following one of the various different methods that allow you to get up to the various different mansions that are floating, which isn't teleportation circles. These are like fully mechanical things. You kind of grab one of the backpacks that has like the propellers that spin on top of it, and you know they have like a very short flight time of probably about 2 minutes at most. So you use it, and they're honestly, it's strange to you, and it would probably be strange to a lot of other people because they are literally out on the street for people to grab and randomly use. It's like electric scooters if electric scooters didn't have a sign up that was required.
Mhm.
You kind of grab one of them, you float up, and as your kind of invisibility dissipates, you land in the front of this two-tiered, honestly, comparatively to some of the other buildings, rather humble home. It is a small island with a bunch of kind of like small fountains out front. You see what appears to be like almost like a vineyard that is grown vertically, where there's just like a host of grapes that is growing like 60 feet up into the air that covers the side of the mansion. You see what appears to be like an automaton that is currently like grinding its way down and just kind of like snipping grapes, catching it in a bowl, and then like dropping it into a separate bowl. But you now find yourself in front of this kind of like ivy covered 2-story mansion that you know is the home of Amina.
Yeah, I mean, if he's in front of it, like he just stands there for like 30 seconds, knowing full well in his mind nothing good is gonna come from walking inside, but will eventually just ring a doorbell, knock on the door, whatever is here.
As you kind of walk up to the actual door itself, you get this kind of horrible tenseness inside of your chest. And as you do, um, you kind of knock on this large knocker in the center of the door, and you sit there in anxiety as you wait and wait until the door opens. You hear a loud click on the other side of the door coming open without even unlocking the lock, because who would lock their homes up here? The door opens, and in front of you stands an older man with smile lines across his face, a mildly unkempt beard, and long hair that drapes to his shoulders. A large scar that goes over one eye, potentially having been blinded in some previous incident, and a smile upon his face. Corvus, my son. It is oh so good to see you. Come in, please, please, come. You must be parched. You're a mess. Look at you. How long were you below? I hope not too long.
No.
Good. Come in. Come. Let's get you some tea. Some tea! Please! As you see one of the automatons with what appears to be like a badly dented skull comes to life and just seems to move into the kitchen area. Corvus,
Walk in.
come in, sit. You find yourself inside a main antechamber with a very close kind of living room to the right side. A small fire has been set, and it is strange because it's not cold outside. It's not even remotely cold. It's in fact quite warm. And he kind of looks towards you, sits you down, and you see that there is another individual currently sitting in one of the other chairs. A young boy, probably 14 years of age. He looks like he's been just recently cleaned up, brought up here, and you can see that he's currently chewing on what appears to be a little donut. There's a small set of tea beside him, and Emil kind of looks, I've got to brew a little bit more tea. Now, stay here. Have a conversation with my newest protege, if you would. Our newest addition to our little family. This is Corvus, your older brother. Lance? The boy kind of looks up. Nice to meet you, Corvus. I'm Lance. Mr. Brookstone said he was going to take care of me. So hi, I'm here. You realize you recognize this boy. You saw him quite literally about 2 hours ago. When you were just entering Femdel.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Mr. Brookstone is very nice to me. Your family is very kind, mister.
I bet they are.
If I listen to Mr. Brookstone, will I get as big and tall as you?
I guess technically a possibility.
What does technically mean?
It's possible. You just gotta be strong enough to want it.
Strong enough to want. Well, I want it. So I think I'll be big and strong like you soon too.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. And you see Emil comes back in with some fresh tea. He puts it on the table beside yours. My son Corvus, please, it's been such a long journey, and I don't want to bother you too terribly much, but you must tell me what have you been up to? What have you seen? What's out there?
Seen quite a few things, I suppose. From here, went to Asheville.
Asheville.
More or less
Yes. How does
solved the problem that they had there.
Their problem? What problem? What problem do they have?
Oh, something about doppelgangers or something.
Doppelgangers. Incredible.
Yeah.
Did their council fare all right?
They lost quite a bit of them.
Disappointing.
About
I'm sure.
4 or 5 now. A question, Jake.
Yeah, what's up?
When he says doppelgangers, incredible. Can I insight check if there's any recollection of anything inside his mind?
I
Would
will
have
tell
been
you right
doppelgangers near
now.
Asheville.
I will tell you right now that you don't have to make that check because the instant you ask that question, you answer it for yourself. He asked about the council.
That is true.
There is no way he would have known that the council was involved.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Or there's no way he should have known.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's about 4-5 of them left, I guess.
I see.
Other than that,
Now, Lance, you have to pay attention. Please, Lance. This is important information that your older brother is delivering. Is that right? Corvus?
it deemed important when we were doing it, so yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, what happened next?
After we dealt with all of that, just kind of kept moving north a little bit.
Now, what? Where were you going? Why did you go to Asheville?
This woman hired us to help her find something.
What was her name?
Alcon.
Alcon. Oh, doesn't sound familiar. Must not be a big name. What were you looking for?
She's got this idea in her head that maybe this next incursion is gonna be really bad.
This incursion is going to be really bad. How does she know?
I guess she's been researching it or something. I don't know. I was paid to fight things.
He kind of stands up and kind of moves his way over to you, kneels beside your chair, and kind of like takes your hand for a brief moment. My son, you must be more curious. There is so much in this world that we need to learn. Kind of shakes your hand.
Yeah, I mean,
curiosity
and understanding. Yeah, for sure. But any of the more.
Am I clear? Give me a wisdom saving throw. You feel the beginnings of a pounding headache, and the only thing that you can materialize in the forefront of your brain is that you can't let him down. There's no magic compelling you to say anything, but it's just a reminder.
Yeah.
What did you find before I called you back?
We kept going eventually made our way to the Underdark. We had this book that we were following, and it led us to some kind of forge where there was this creature and a bunch of drow and such making books and throwing them into cauldrons.
Did they throw me into the cauldron?
What was it?
Did they throw any into the cauldrons?
I think they got about 3. Well, I don't know how long they had been doing it before we had gotten there, but when we were there, it was about 3 of them.
3. Excellent. This is good news. This is good information. Listen. Lads, Libra. I think this calls for celebration. Won't you stay and have dinner with us before you go? Please.
Sure.
Good. Good. Let's help set the table, would you? Yes, mister. And you can see him walk into the other room. That is very, very good, Libra. What caused you all this stress? What caused you so much torment? You've only been gone a few weeks.
Well, while I was down there, I found Theodore. Yeah.
My brother, he had run away so many years ago. Why was he down in the Underdark?
I don't quite know. All I know is he wasn't an elf anymore. He was a skeleton.
Nonsense. Theodore skeleton. Maybe it was another person that had the name Theodore. You must understand that it couldn't have been our family down there. That's impossible.
I thought I had found another one then.
So,
Ashlyn was this weird 3-person blob.
there's no Ashlyn in our family. You must understand. There is no Ashlyn in our family. A specter of a past that you may remember, perhaps. But I think you need some good rest and recuperation. Some food in your stomach and a good bed to sleep on. You'll feel better tomorrow. Let's go check in on him.
Yeah.
From that moment on, Libra, you don't remember anything until you show up back at Alcon's wall the day after.
Okay.
It is blank in your mind.
Yeah.